Paper 1, Predictor Series 2, kcse 2021. Question number 1. Without using a calculator, evaluate -2 into brackets 5 plus 3 minus 9 divided by 3 plus 5 all over -3 times -5 plus -2 times -4. Here what you do, you work on the numerator and the denominator separately by using BODMAS. BODMAS, that is bracket of division. And talk about BODMAS. BODMAS, we deal with the brackets first. Then we deal with the bracket, then we deal with the off. If there is off, then we deal with the division, we deal with the multiplication, then addition, and finally subtraction. Like in my numerator here, I'll deal with the bracket. Here I have 5 plus 3. So 5 plus 3 bracket, then from there we don't have off, but we have division here. So division here I have 9 divided by 3, which is 3. So I will have the bracket 8 times 2, it gives me -16. So I will have -16. This is equal to, I will have -16. Then this is minus, I found here to be 3, that is -3, because this is -9 divided by 3 is -3, then plus 5. So divided by, I come to the numerator, we have multiplication here. So this times this gives you positive 15. It gives you positive 15. -3 times -5 gives you positive 15. So that is positive 15. Then there is an addition here, so this plus. I deal with the -2 times 4. It gives you -8. So plus minus 8 is the same as -8. So plus minus 8. Plus minus 8. So here we shall have, this gives you -19 plus 5. -19 plus 5. This is -16 minus 3 is the same as -19 plus 5, which gives you this is -19 plus, you get -19 plus 5 all over, this is 15 minus 8. 15, this is negative times positive is negative, so this minus 8. So this gives you -19 plus 5 gives you -14. -14 all over 5 minus 8 is 7. So this finally gives you -2. -2 as your answer. So that is how you solve such a question. That's how you solve such a question. Question number 2. Question number 2, you are told that a furniture dealer imported 25 Italian made sofas at 120,000 each. So what was the buying price? The buying price was 120 times the 25 of them. So the buying price was buying price here, buying price equals to 25 of them, and he bought at 120,000 shillings times 120. This gives you 25,000 times 120. 25 times 120, you get it as 120,000 times, get 300,000. That was the buying price. He sold 10 of them at a profit of 30% and the rest at a discount of 20 each. So selling price now, the selling price of them, it is now, remember, 10 at a profit of 10 at a profit of the buying price for 10, so we can talk about buying price for 10. If they were 10, that is, buying price for 10 is 120,000 times 120,000 times 10. This gives you, this is 3 million here. This 120,000 times, you get 3 million. 3 million. Now, yes, good. Then for 10 it is 1 million. That is buying price for 10. It was buying price for 10. That's buying price for 10. For 10 it could be 120,000 times 10. This gives you 1,200,000. 1,200,000. Then now selling price, total selling price, it is the profit that he made here. That is 130. So he sold them at 130 out of 100 times, because he made a profit of 30%, so times 1,200,000. 1,200,000. Then whatever you get plus selling price of the rest, and the rest at a discount of 20%. So the rest was 15 at a discount of 20,000. So he sold them at 100,000. So it is 15. 100,000. That is 100,000 times 15. It gives you 15 times 100,000. 100,000. This will give you. That is selling price total selling price, or the whole thing. It gives you, this is 12,000 times 130. 12,000 times 130. If you talk about 13 times 12, you get, this gives you 6. This is 2. This is 3. This is 1. 156. 156. And then we have how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means it is 1,560,000. 1,560,000 plus 1 million, that is 15. 500,000, 1,500,000. You add the two to get the selling prices. This gives you 3,060,000. 3,060,000. Because this is 30 and 60. 3,060,000. 060. 1, 2, 3. This is the total selling price, and therefore, if this is the total selling price, calculate is overall profit. Now the overall profit is this minus this. Profit is equals to profit will be equal to $3,060,000 minus 3 million. This gives you 60,000. So that is the overall profit. That is the overall profit of 60,000. So that is how you are supposed to do this question. Now we go to question number 3. Question number 3. We do question number 3. We move ahead and do question number 3. Good. Question number 3 is that we expand this and then we simplify. Now expanding, first of all, remember when we talk about A plus B, we can use this concept squared. We say this is equal to this A squared plus 2AB plus 2 times A times B, then plus B squared. It's B squared. And for a minus reduction, we say it is that is A minus B squared. We say it is equal to A squared. We start with minus 2AB then plus B squared. Now if we use the two concepts to expand here, we will say this becomes equals to x squared plus 2 times x times 2y. So that is 2x times 2y. It is 4xy. So it's plus 4xy, then plus this squared, that is 2y squared, that is 4y squared, then minus, we put a huge bracket here, we deal with this one. That one gives you, like I said, 4y squared, that's by using the second concept here, 4y squared minus 2 times 2y is 4y times 3 is 12y minus 12y, then plus, we are using this concept, so it is plus 9. We close. So that we open now this bracket, we shall have x squared plus 4xy, then plus 4y squared, then here this negative and this negative makes it to be positive, 12y This negative changes the positive to become minus 9. So write terms together. So we have, this was minus here, not plus. So we have this negative here, it's minus 4y. Minus 4y squared plus, so it is minus, that is a minus. This is a minus. So we shall have these 2 let me pardon. I repeat this process here. I repeat this process. We shall have x squared plus 4xy plus 4y squared minus this one now 4y squared negative, and this becomes positive 12y negative, and this becomes minus 9. This and this cancels, so we shall have, because this is 0, so we shall have x squared plus 4xy then plus 12y plus 12y then minus 9. So that is the simplified expansion. Then here we solve this, and then we find the integral values. Now what we do, we separate the two parts. So we first of all deal this and this. We deal this and this. And then later we deal this and this part. So we have to deal them in two parts. So the first part, we can say this 4 is less or equal to 3x minus 2. Then the second part that we must also deal with, it is 3x minus 2 is less than 9 plus x. Now the first part, I usually retain the number on the left hand side. So the number retains here, so it will be 4. I bring these 2 here. So it is 4 plus 2, because it was negative, it becomes plus 2 is less or equal to 3x. So 6 is less or equal to 3x. I divide by 3 all through, this gives you all over 3. So this one and this one cancels. So it remains 2 is less or equal to x. So that is 1. You deal with this part also. So we shall now that the number is here, this other side is the x that I make sure x is on this left hand side. So it will be, I will have to bring this the other side. If I bring x this left hand side, so I will remain with 3x minus x is less than 9. I bring 2 to the other side plus 2. So this gives you 2x is less than 11. So you divide by 2, you divide by 2. Then x is less than 11, which is the same as 5.5 or 5.5. 5.5. So that is x. So we can now combine these two. So if we combine the two, this and this, we shall say 2 is less or equal to x like it is, and this x is less than 5.5. Remember, all or equal means this 2 is inclusive. So the integral values, we use only whole numbers, we leave the fractions or the decimals. So if we use whole numbers, then our x, integral values, x, this is our integral values. Integral values, the integral values, integral, when we talk about integral values, the integral values are x equals 2. 2 is inclusive because 2 is less or equal to x. So 2 is inclusive. It is less or equal to x. So, and this 5.5 is less than what? Than x. So that means 5.5 is less than x. X is less than 5.5. So that means 5 can be included, but 5.5 is not included, but 5 can be included. So, and therefore, the values of x are x equals to 2, 3, 4, and 5. But we don't include 5.5. We use only whole numbers. So these are the integral values. These are the integral values. Those are the integral values. And therefore, that is how we solve such a question. We do our next question. Our next question, number 5. Now, when you are dealing with inequalities, that is what you do. Mostly, if you are dealing with parts, you separate them into 2 parts and then solve them in parts. Then later combine like we have done. Yes, and then question number 5. Question number 5 is asking us about equations of straight lines that a line L passes through the point -2, 3 and -1, 6 and is perpendicular to a line P at -1 and 6. We find the equation of L. So L passes through this and this, and therefore the first thing we find the gradient for L. Gradient of L. Gradient of L. Call it M1. We call it M1. So gradient of L M1 equals to change in y over change in x. Y, these are the y's. Change in y is 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3 all over the change in x, which is -1 minus minus 2, so it is plus 2. Minus minus becomes positive, plus 2. Plus 2 plus 2, so we said all over plus 2. This gives you 6 minus 3 is 3 all over 1, because -1 plus 2 is 1. So we are asked to find the equation. So the equation, we let another point, another point, we let another point xy to be on the line, xy to be on the line. So if I use this point xy and then a point even this one or this one, I can use any, because the answer will be the same. If I use this one, the answer will be the same, or this one. So I use that and this other -1 and 6. If I use the 2 with the gradient, because the gradient on that line is the same, gradient on the line is the same. So if I use that with the gradient, I can say now it implies that this implies that y minus 6 all over x, this x now minus 1, also plus 1, This gives you my gradient, which is 3 over 1. I deal with the y first, the left hand side with the y, so y times 1 into y minus 1 minus 6, that is 1 into y minus 6. I'm cross multiplying. This gives you 3 into brackets x plus 1, x plus 1. So if I open the bracket, y minus 6 gives you 3x plus 3. I remain y, the left hand side, y equals to 3x plus 3 plus 3 plus 6 if I take this to the right hand side. So we shall have y equals to 3x plus 9, 3x plus 9. That's the equation of L. Find the equation of P in the form ax plus py minus equals to 0, where a, b, and c are constants. Now we have told that this line L is perpendicular to a line P at point -1 and 6, to a line P. So the line P, if the gradient for line P is m2, and we know that when they are perpendicular, we say that m1 times m2 equals to -1, and we know m1 is 3 times now m2, so that we find the gradient for equation 2 equals to -1. So m2 gradient for equation 2, that's for P, it is -1 divided by 3. So if that is the gradient, we let another point on the line, on the perpendicular line, to be xy, with this point again where they are meeting, -1 and 6. That's what we are using. So we will easily say that y minus 6 all over x minus 1 is like x plus 1 equals to -1 all over 3, because this is the gradient of the perpendicular line of line P. So we cross multiply, it is 3 into brackets y minus 6 equals to -1 into x plus 1. We open the bracket, this gives 3y minus 18 equals to minus x minus 1. Now we put the right terms together, but remember the format given, so it's better to just rearrange in this format. So I first of all start with this x, so I bring the x here, so it becomes x on the left hand side. I get y, that is by, so plus 3y. Next I minus c, so this one and this one I combine. So if I bring this one here, it is -18 plus 1 is -17, so minus 17 then equals to 0. That is the format I'm given, and that is the format my answer should be. So that is the answer. It is x plus 3y minus 17 equals to 0. So you are done. Question number 6. The displacement s meters of a particle moving in a straight line after t seconds is given by s equals to 2t squared plus 3t minus 6. Find the velocity when t equals to 3. So velocity, when you are moving from speed to, displacement, which is distance, to velocity, we differentiate. From velocity acceleration we differentiate, but the reverse we integrate. So you must remember that. So what we do here, we are after v is the same as the differentiation of ds all over dt, which is equal to ds over dt. It is 2 times 2, which is 4, And then 2 minus 1, that is the 1, so 4t, it is 4t, then plus, if we differentiate 3t, it becomes, because the power is 1, so 1 times 3 is 3, 3t, t is power 1 minus 1 is t power 0, t power 0 is 1, 1 times 3 is 3, so this one becomes 0. Differentiation of a constant is 0, so it is 4t plus 3, so that is the differentiation. And we know we are asked to find the velocity when t is 3 seconds, so when t equals to 3, so it implies that v will be equal to 4 times 3, 4t, then plus 3, which is equal to 15, because this is 12 plus 3 is 15 meters per second. 15 meters per second. So that is how we do the differentiation. That's how we differentiate these numbers. That's how we differentiate these numbers. So that is how we do the differentiation. You need to remember on how to differentiate numbers. Then we go to the next question. The next question is on question number. We need to look at question number 7. Question number 7. Question number 7 requires that we draw the diagram below shows part of a net of a cuboid. Complete the net. Cuboid, we shall open it in this. So we shall have, already we have this. So we have a part, can have a part here. We can also have this one, because there was that part that will be folded to form the corners, that is. So we need to have also some part here. Then we can also have this one. And then we can also have yes, this is how, if you fold this, it will form a cuboid. Then question number 8, the surface area of two similar solids are 352 and 792 centimeters square. If the smaller solid has a mass of 1408 grams, find the mass of the larger solid. Now what we do here, we know that area scale factor, that is area scale factor equals to area of image or object area, or object area. So it is image area or object area. So our area scale factor equals to image area. Image area, we take the 792. This is centimeter square out of 552. Out of 352, not 5, 352. Now what you do, you put this as a fraction in the calculator, and then you press equals to, and then you will see the simplified. You can still press shift, and that fraction form, then it becomes the improper fraction. If you put this in your calculator, it becomes the improper fraction as 9 out of 4. So that is your area scale factor, the simplified 9/4. So if you get your 9/4, that is the area scale factor. Remember here we are dealing with grams. Grams, we deal with the area, linear scale factor. So we know that to get the linear scale factor from area scale factor, we know that linear scale factor, because we are dealing now with mass, equals to area scale factor square root, which is equal to square root of 9/4. This gives you 3/2. That is our linear scale factor, and that one implies that 3/2 equals to, if the smaller solid has a mass of this, the smaller solid equals to x mass of the larger solid, or over 1408. Now I need x. To get x, that is 2x equals 2, you cross multiply. 2x equals to 1408 times 3. If I divide by 2, I'll get x. So that x now becomes 1408 times 3 divided by 2. This gives you 2112 grams. That's the mass of the larger solid. The mass of the larger solid. The mass of the larger solid, that is what we get. So that is what you are supposed to do. We go to our next question, our next prediction question. Our next prediction question, that is on now, when you are dealing with question number 9, he's talking about an interior angle of a regular polygon. So if you have, call this is exterior angle. An interior angle is 5 times exterior is x, so the interior is 5x. We know that interior plus exterior equals to 180. So that means 5x plus x gives you 180 degrees. So that means 6x equals to 180. We divide by 6, divided by 6, so that we get x equals to 30 degrees. So that means that the external angle. We find the number of sides of the polygon. When we have each exterior angle, so the number of sides equals to 360 degrees, because the sum of exterior angle equals to 360 degrees, divided by each exterior angle, which is 30 degrees. So this becomes 12. So equals to 12 sides. You get 12 sides. The polygon has 12 sides. 12 sides. The polygon has 12 sides. Now we move to next question, number 10. Number 10. The external length, width, and height of an open rectangular container are 41, 21, and 15.5 and 15.5 centimeters respectively. So remember, the thickness of the material making the container is 5 millimeters. What you need to note is 1 centimeter, because we are dealing with the centimeters and millimeters, equals to 10 millimeter. Now we are talking about 5 millimeters. What is 5 divided by 10, which is 5 millimeter, will be equal to 5 divided by 10, which is 0.5. It is 0.5 centimeters. So we have 0.5 centimeters. Remember, this thing is a rectangle, so the height will not change twice if we have some other now. If you have, like we are saying, this 0.5, this 0.5, this 0.5, but you see at this end here, at this end, it is an open rectangular container. It's open at this point, so if it is open, it's not full. The height is not, that distance is not covered. So we shall have this 0.5 for the length, the width also 0.5 and 0.5, but the height, it will not be 0.5 on one side. That side is open, so the 0.5 is not covered. So we shall have 0.5 times 2 is 10, is 1. So we shall have the length becoming, dimensions becomes now, dimension becomes, create the internal height above the water. So dimensions becomes 40 centimeter by what we call 20 centimeter, and the height will only, because it's open, it will change only one side, 0.5, but the top doesn't, so minus 0.5 is 15 centimeter. And therefore, after getting all those are the dimensions, so we are calculating, those are the internal now dimensions, and therefore we need to know the unoccupied volume. So the unoccupied volume, occupied volume, the unoccupied volume, that's what we need to know, because we are told that if the container has 8 liters of water, that is what is there already, and we know that 1 liter, we know that 1 liter equals to 1,000 centimeters cubed. So that means 8 will be equal to 8,000 centimeters cubed. So if we have 8,000 already occupied, so unoccupied is the 40 times 20 times 15. What you get, you less 8,000. That is unoccupied. This gives you 12,000. This gives you 12,000 minus 8. It gives you 4,000. Because this is 8 times 15. This is 4,000. It gives you 4,000 centimeters cubed. That is unoccupied. Then we need the height. The height of the above. So the height becomes, remember the height is what is going to change, but the length and the width. So that means it implies that 40 times 20 times h gives you 4,000 centimeters. So we divide by 40 times 20. divided by 40 times 20. This and this cancels, so our h becomes 10 divided by 2, which is 5 centimeter. So the height becomes 5 centimeter. That is the height of uncovered, that is above the level of water. The height above the level of the water is 5 centimeter. It is 5 centimeters. Now we go to the next question. The next question, you can even expect it to come in section B. It can come in section B, that is where you are using the cosine rule, the sine rules, that's form 3 work, the SOHCAHTOA, that is form 2 work, tangents, that is tangents in form 3 and tangents in form 2. So such a question can appear in section B or in section A. So it's good that you prepare for such questions in a good way. Now, a question like this one is giving you that this is a triangle, of course. We are given tx, we are given ty, we are given this angle, you have this angle and all that. We are asked to find the length of xy. If I have this side and this side, and I have this angle, an included angle, I can easily find this by using cosine rule. Cosine rule states that c squared equals to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. So we use the same concept here. We say that xy, that is xy squared equals to 12.5 squared times, plus 9.9 minus 2 times 12.5 times 9 times the cos of 23. So this is equal to 12 squared plus 9 squared. 12 squared plus 9 squared gives you 254. Use your calculator, you'll find it 254.26 minus 2 times 12.5 times 9.5 gives you 247.5 times cos of 23. Now this gives you, you multiply this, it gives you 254.26 minus, this gives you, you just press the calculator and get 227.8249.512. It's good to even write all of them. So to get, you subtract the 2, you get 26. This is equal to 26.4350. It's good to write 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 significant figure. So this gives you 4. So that to get your xy, remember this is xy squared. So to get xy, you find the square root. Xy equals to the root of 26 0.4350. So you find the square root of that gives you 5 point. We ask it one decimal place, so this 5.1415. So that which is equal to 5.1 decimal place 1. This does not change, so it's 5.1 centimeters. Remember to always underline the instruction 1 decimal place, because if you miss to give to 1 decimal place, you will miss 1 mark. That's for the answer. You will miss the answer mark. You will miss the answer mark. Now you will score 1 mark instead of 2 in this question. So it's good to always remember what you are asked to find. What you are asked to find. Next question is that part B. If you are asked to find, that is part B, if you are asked to find the length of T to Z. To get T to Z, now I have this angle and I have this angle, so that I use the sine rule, I need this angle. So I need angle TYZ, which is equal to 180, because some angle of a triangle is add up to 180 minus 71 plus 37. Now this gives you 180 minus those angles gives you 72 degrees. So that means to get our TZ, so we say that now TZ is what we are looking for. TZ all over sine 72 degrees equals to, I'm having this and this, 9.9 all over sine 37, all over sine 37 degrees. So I'm looking for TZ. You cross multiply. So TZ is this times this one divided by sine of 37. So to get our TZ is 9.9 times sine 72 equals to 9.9 times the sine of 72, sine 72 degrees divided by sine of 37. You just press this in your calculator, you'll find it to give you 645,645,1. But you are asked to 1 decimal place 1. This 4 cannot change 6, so it's equals to 15.6 centimeters. 15.6 centimeters. So that is 1 decimal place. So that is how we solve such questions. And it's good to prepare this question in comprehensively, because you can be asked so many other questions from this same diagram and be given 10 marks. So it's good that you prepare with such a question extensively. Now we move to the next question, number 12, so that we do away with section A. We move to the next question, number 12. We move to number 12. Question number 12. Now we move the next question, number 12, is that given that OA is 2i plus 3j and OB is 3i plus minus 2j, find the magnitude of AB. So first of all, we need to find this OA and this will be, we need to find AB factor. To get our AB factor, we know is B minus A. This B minus A, and our B is 3 and negative 2. We have the column factors. That is 3, negative 2. That is B minus A, which is 2, 3. This gives you 3 minus 2 is 1. Negative 2 minus 3. Negative 2 minus 3. It gives you negative 2 minus 3. It gives you negative 5. So that is our AB vector, and therefore AB, the magnitude of AB, this one meaning magnitude, the magnitude of AB equals to, we say it is x squared plus y squared square root. So it is the square root of 1 squared plus negative 5 squared square root. So equals to 1 squared is 1 plus, that is the root of 26, equals to root of 26. This is 25 plus 1 is 26. So the root of 26 gives you 5 point to 1 decimal place, which is equal to 5.09901. 1 decimal place is 5.1 units, because you are not told what it is, so you say it is units. So that is the magnitude, 5.1 units. So that is the magnitude. That is the magnitude. Question number 13. We go ahead and do question number 13. Question number 13. Question number 13. You're not supposed to use mathematical table. So a Kenyan bank buys and sells foreign currencies as shown below. 1 Hong Kong dollar is 9.74. That's buying. Remember, this is a bank that is buying and the bank is selling at this point. And one South African, the bank is buying at 12.03 and selling at 12.11. So a tourist is arrived in Kenya. If the tourist had this Hong Kong, so that is foreign. When he goes to the bank will buy from him. The bank is going to buy from this person. So he change the whole amount while in Kenya. So first of all, we need to change this. We need to change the 105 to Kenyan shillings. So the bank, because you are going with foreign, the bank is going to buy. It's going to use 9.74. The bank is going to buy. So if the bank is going to buy, we say that we ask ourselves that 1 Hong Kong dollar equals to 9.74 Kenyan shillings equals to, what about 105,000 Hong Kong? So 105,000 will be equal to 105,000 times 9.74 times 9.74. So this gives you 1,022,000 you multiply with your calculator 700, you get that in shillings. That is shillings. You get these shillings. And then now what did he spend? Well, in Kenya she spent 403,879. So remaining, what remained remaining is together remaining equals to 1,022,700 you minus 879. You subtract the two, you get 618,000. 618,821 shillings. 821 shillings. That is what remained. And then now we are told that he changed the balance, and changed the balance to South African rand. Now we need to know, calculate the amount in South African rand that she received. Now this is in shillings, is in Kenya, and if he goes these shillings to the bank is going to sell to him. Is going to sell to him the South African at 11 point. So we ask ourselves that if one South African rand, if one of it is 12.11, what about shillings? That is, what about 618? So 618, 821 will be equal to 618, 821 we divide by 12.11. So this one gives you 51,100 South African rand. So that is what the amount she received in South African rand, 51,100. So that is how you are supposed to answer that question. Now we move ahead and do the next question, number 14. We do the next question number 14. Now, number 14, we are given that log 4 is 0.6021 and log 6 is 0.77. Without using mathematical or calculator, evaluate the log of 0. Now we change this. This is the same as, that is log 0.096 is the same as log 96 divided by 1,000. Now this one we can change this, which is equal to log, in terms of 4 and 6, log, that is 4, in terms of 4, that is 16 times 4. 16 times 6 gives you 96. 16 times 6 gives you 96. 16 times 6. So 16, remember, is 4 squared. So it is 4 squared times 6 all over 1,000. So this is a logarithm which is equal to this multiplication we do, we bring the log. This is a 2 log 4. For a multiplication we add plus log 6. Then remember this is division, so it is minus. This is log 6. Then minus log of 1000, log 1000. Log of 1000 is the same as 3. So we shall have 2 into log of 4, we know it is 0.60, 0.6021 plus log of 6 is 0.7782, then minus log 1000 is 3. So we shall have this, we multiply, you get 1.2042, then plus 0.7782 minus 3. You add the 2, you get, this is 1.9824 minus 3. Now what you do, you subtract the characters, we call them the characteristic. This is 1, and the mantissa. So we subtract 1 minus 3, we get per 2. So we shall have equals to per 2.9824. 9824. So that is how you were supposed to do it. That is how you were supposed to solve this question. So now we do the next question, number 15, that is. We do the next question, number 15. We do the next question, number 15. We do the next question, number 15. Number 15. Number 15. It is a construction. I may not construct for now. Using a ruler and a pair of canvas only. This question can also come in section B, where you are asked to construction but without using a protractor. You just use a ruler and a pair of canvas. You construct some angles given there, like 75, like such angles, you construct them. Then after constructing, you also draw a circle. For a circle that passes through the vertices, that one is a circle that will pass through, if this is a triangle, if this is a triangle, a circle that will pass through these vertices A, B, C, a circle that will pass through, it's a circle that passes, remember, that passes outside, a circle that will pass through this, a circle that passes, draw a circle passing through the vertices of a triangle, through the vertices, through meaning it goes out, it touches the three sides, is a circle that will pass inside. So if you are dealing with if you bisect the angle, this angle and another angle, you bisect that circle where the two meets, you stand there and then you draw a circle that will touch through. But outside, a circle that passes outside, you bisect the lines, this line and this line, or this line and this, you bisect the two, where the two intersect, you stand there and then you draw a circle, will pass through the vertices outside. So that is how you do the construction of that. We go to next question number 16. We do with question number 16, and then we are done with section A. Question number 16 is talking about point A is negative 2, 2, and B negative 3, 7 are mapped onto A image, B image by enlargement. Find the scale factor of the enlargement. What you need to know is that if we talk about a point, if we talk about a point A image times that is the B image vector, of course we are dealing with this vector, equals to the linear, that is the scale factor, let's call it scale factor, equals to the scale factor times, or into brackets, A B vector. So if you get that, then we know a B vector is B minus this. So it implies that this is a B that is 0, 0 minus 4, the x, and the 10 minus 10, that is 10 minus minus is plus 10. Then this is equal to, call it the linear scale factor x, factor of enlargement, scale factor of enlargement, into AB is B, which is negative 3, minus minus 2 is plus 2, and 7 minus 2, and 7 minus 2. Good. So that we have negative 4, 20 equals to, this is negative 1, negative x, negative 1 times x is negative x, this is 5 times x is 5x. So meaning that if we use any, can give us the answer. Either this or this one gives the answer. So that meaning 5x equals to 20x is 4, or negative 4 equals to negative x. So therefore we divide by negative x equals to 4. So that is the linear, the scale factor. The scale factor is 4. So that is how we tackle that question. Or you can tackle it using modulus. That is using modulus. That is the modulus of AB. That is scale factor. To get the scale factor is the modulus of AB image over the modulus of AB. Modulus of AB. So if we deal with that, because we know that is length of the object, to get the linear scale factor. So even if you use that method, you still get the same answer. So you pick the best for you. You pick the best for you. Now that is all with section A. I'll tackle section B in my next video. Remember to subscribe for me and be ready to receive the next section B in a matter of hours, so that you be ready for the kcse on Monday. On Monday you'll be ready for the paper, and I wish you success in this kcse. God shall bless you if you have listened to my video, and I assure you, you shall get that A that you have been longing to get. With this video you are assured of scoring an A, because if you follow this and get all these concepts that I have been showing you from the start, I'm very sure you will not miss that A.